It's a Jason and Jay follow-up for a reason, redemption. So we talked about this random fact that's just a little interesting, a flash fact as it were, which is that Jason Todd and Jay Garrick share the same first and middle names, that of Jason Peter. And then I went on a quest to find out when Jay Garrick had been given the name Jason, since that was a retcon, which seems to have been in a character bio from 1997. But some commented about how Jason Todd was also called Jay because that happened pre-crisis, and that is 100% true. It was actually a fact I had in that video, but I cut it from the short. They do call a pre-crisis Jason Jay sometimes. Bringing it all together. And the moral is, never cut anything. I forgot where I was amongst my people. Nerds. Anyway, I actually don't think the nickname of J for Jason is weird. They have the same kind of starting sound. It's not as odd as, say, Dick for Richard, which is another name that you see a lot in the DC universe. Also, Jason is introduced that way first and then gets the nickname. To me, it was just more interesting that they would go back and add it for Jay. It just seemed kind of unnecessary. It would have surprised me less if it had actually happened in the Golden Age, because that was an era where lots of things were just shifting as they settled down. And there are some interesting Jay shifts too. Like, did you know Jay Garrick originally had black hair? You see when he first debuts in Flash number 1 in 1940, but then in issue 4, he's drawn with brown hair, or rather he's printed with brown hair, because at the time the colors were applied during printing, but mistakes were made. Then it goes back to black before settling on being brown post issue 12. So 13 on-ish. I say that because sometimes it'll still change, but after that you're getting to the point where if it's a different color, people think it's kind of strange. I know that even to this day, they sometimes change it up. I've seen blonde Jay Garrick in the past and in the present, and it's cursed. Not because it's blonde, but because it makes him look like Barry. Comics, always changing things. Sometimes little, sometimes big, and I'm interested in both. I have more name changes for you since you're here. Wesley Dodds used to go by Wesley Dodd for his first 4 appearances. It changes over in Adventure Comics 44. He debuts in Adventure Comics in issue 40, but his first appearance was in the New York World's Fair comics in 1939, which is why he's standing in front of that in 2025's Absolute Evil, but they're really close in release. It's little things like that. You never know when these little character details are going to sneak back up and be useful or fun in some way. What's a random character detail you'd like to see referenced or come back and be a big deal? Also, this is take 2 for this wig. The first time I wore it, I felt like I had blonde blindness, but then a bunch of you said it looked like a black canary wig, and I'm kind of coming around. If Jay can be blonde sometimes, so can I.